Assalamu alaikum everyone. Our topic is Cat Sports Life and we are group 8. I am Sifati Sadikin and throughout the semester my job was to deal with the diagrams and my team member is Mohammad Abu Sajid Choudhury and he was working with the scenarios. These are the things to cover in our today's presentation. First of all, Sajid will talk about the project scenario, the story to make this project, and how the system will work, and he will also talk about the requirement analysis. And then I will talk about the use case scenario, use case diagram, activity diagram, sequence diagram, and the DFD, that means data flow diagram. And now Sajid will talk about the project scenario.
Hello everyone, my name is simply Ausasi Choudhury, ID 181010113. I'm from CSE471 section 8. So, uh, um, so my so our first part is scenario. So from this project scenario, our first question was from where we got the um, inspiration to start this project. So there is a very interesting story when we selected this project. Me and Sifat were talking about Netflix, and we were watching Netflix together. So suddenly it came into our mind that we should make something like that. So from this, we got the idea. So Catch Live Sports is an open online live sports platform to watch live cricket, football, and etc. All of the games. So people can access all of the individual sports and from their PC or laptop, and there will be some subsections for all of the individual games. So for like cricket, football, basketball, etc. So first the users will have to sign up and they are going to make an account, and after finishing the payment process they are going to start their account and they are going to access all the live sports available there. So after finishing the login and payment process, user will be able to see each subsection for individual sports. So for example, someone like to watch La Liga, or someone like to watch Bangladesh versus New Zealand match. So by clicking cricket, or by clicking cricket subsection, or by clicking football subsection, they can access the Bangladesh versus New Zealand match, or Barcelona versus Real Madrid match. So yeah, if a user makes any request to the server will inform the user that this particular game is available or not. If it's available, the server will take the user to this game, and if it's not available, the server will show not available. Our next part is requirement analysis. So we know that analysis has two-part: functional requirement and non-functional requirement. So so we found three-part for functional requirement: inventory management, user request management, and object management. So from this inventory management, the system should provide all the necessary info about the website when a new user browses into the website. So basically, functional requirement describes what a system should do and what a system should not. So from this part we are going to see what the system can do and what not. So from this inventory management we can see that the system will record user new entries with date and time. The system should have correction, payment, adjustment, and cancellation. So from the users request management, we can see the system should send an email. So whenever a new user is going to uh, open an account, the system will send an email to the user. Uh, and the second part is the system should send an confirmation mail if users open an account. So our third part is object management. The system will notify users if they make any request from the website. The system will also notify user if the particular request does not match, and the system will also notify the user if it's found later. So from the project scenario part, we found that the system should have an add customer and print invoice category. So our next part is the non-functional requirement. So from the non-functional requirement, we can see that there are operational, performance, security, and cultural and politic. There are four parts for this non-functional requirement. So the system should be run on Android, iOS, Windows, etc. The system should be available on every browser. And the performance part is very important. The user should be able to load within the website within 5 milliseconds. The system should deal with 5 billion viewers at a time. The whole system should be uploaded with in every 1 millisecond. So security is one of the most important part of non-functional requirement. Users data, users information should be safe and secured. So, and the cultural part is the system will be monitored by the telecommunication ministry of all the country where the system will be available. The system will be available in all international languages so that the international viewers can access all the live sports from this Catch Live Sports. So now I'm going to forward my floor to Sifate Sadikin. Thank you.
Thank you, Sajid, for giving me the floor. Now I will talk about our use case diagram. Here is our use case diagram. Here is two actors. One is new user and one is old user, and other one is server. The use case is self-representative actually. Uh, Here a new user trying to create an account, and here there is an included option of making payment. He can either make his payment with card or with online banking system, and the old user can make login, and there is an excluded option. When he make login, the system will check his payment is done or not. If his payment is done, he can go forward and enter the system, and there is some section of there is some section like called football, cricket, basketball, or tennis, and when they are entering any particular system, there is some subsection of that section, and in that subsection they can actually find their match, and then they can enjoy their match. And now here is our activity diagram. Our activity diagram was actually done by our missing member, so I would like to come here later on. And here is our sequence diagram. Here are actually 5 parties. First of all, there is viewers, then admin, then management, finance, and media server. And then when our viewers trying to log in, the system will verify the account is valid or not, and then the finance department will check their payment is done or not. And after a successful login, he can a new user, there is option for new user to make payment, and the finance department will check his payment is done or not. And when he finally get into the system, he can make watch request, and when the request is when the request will configure, the system will check for availability of his requested video, and if the requested video is available at that time, he can watch his requested video. And he can also set resolution for his video, and he can also set volume, and also he can set he can set resolution or volume of his video. And here is the data flow diagram. Here is two external agents, one is bank and other one is viewer, and two database, one is mass database, other one is viewers database. uh, when we were trying to log in, viewer, then the system will check whether his information was available in the viewers database or not, and the bank is check for his payment, and generate a receipt for viewer. And finally, when the viewer can get into the system, he can search for a match, and the match details and match information come from the match database, and then he can enjoy his match. And now I will try to describe the activity diagram. Our activity diagram was actually done by our other member. He's not continuous, whatever. He's not with us now. First of all, it start with sign in, and after a successful sign in, there is display, and there is to display the home page of the system, and he can search for video. If there is the video available at the time, then he can uh, enjoy the video. And if there is not available at that time, there is a and there will show a error message that the video is not available. And he can also manage his subscription, and he can also, there is option for unsubscribe, and he can also unsubscribe if he want. And that's it. Thank you everyone for listening to us. Assalamu alaikum.